So we're going to officially start. I'm going to give a quick little introduction. Again, my name is Sarah. I am a Michaels employee of a little over 13 years. I have 2 kids, 2 girls, 11 and 2. So we have a lot of craziness. I'm just going to go ahead and warn y'all. One of them's upstairs sleeping, so she could crash this at any time. Who knows? It's nap time, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of peace and quiet before she joins the party. So today we're going to be working on balloon arches. Like I was telling some of you as y'all were coming in, this trend got really hot about 2 years ago. We jumped on the bandwagon. You guys have loved it. We have done lots of different colorways and lots of different versions of this, and you guys just keep loving them, so we're going to keep making them. So we thought it might be a good opportunity to show everybody kind of some of our learnings on how to build these that we have picked up over the last couple of years and that we've learned. So hi Atlanta, I see you on there. Feel free to join in on the chat. Tell us where you're from. Tell us if you're building an arch or what you're building it for. We'd love to know. Hi New York. And we want to make sure that we're giving you guys some good information on how to build them. I'm sorry, we're doing this from my house. This is my dining room that I have revamped for you guys to build this arch. Because when I build arches at home, I usually build them over this window for parties. So I thought that would be a good place to start. So today we're going to be building a pink balloon arch. This is the guy that we are working on. You can pick this up in stores now. This is our pink one. This has been one of our best sellers. So I thought that, obviously you ladies like it, you guys like it, so we're gonna go with it. So a few things that I'm gonna go through with you to tell you how I prep for a balloon, how to build a balloon arch. So one of the things that I do is I actually get 2 chairs, and I have a friend back here who's gonna help me. Lindsay, we're going to move to the other camera. I put up 2 chairs, and I put our garland in between it, and I just kind of tape it so that way I have something hanging and it's easier to build, and we can move it later and hang it wherever you want to, but this kind of helps us set up and kind of gives you a good space to make it. So when you buy these, when you get these, it actually comes with all the balloons that you need. It comes with this handy dandy little tool that you think that you don't need, but my cuticles tell you otherwise, because after your fingers hurt and they get bruised. So I'm going to teach you how to use this in just a second. It comes with a garland strip. This is really hard to see. It's clear, and it has holes in it that you can thread the tips of the balloons through. So this is what you're actually hanging your balloons from. And then it comes with some glue dots as well. These things are super sticky. Don't put them on your balloons until you're ready, because if you try and move them or try and take them off, it will pop your balloons. A couple other things that I use a monofilament when I actually go to hang it. So this is, I got it in the jewelry section, so this is what I use. I just saw somebody say we're making something, but I lost it, so I apologize. So I use the monofilament. I tend to keep a measuring tape, which is super exciting, but it helps me. And then always keep scissors and such on hand. And then one of the most important things that we have here is our balloon pump. Can you blow these up yourself by your mouth? Absolutely. Is it recommended? No, you will pass out, I promise. There's a lot of balloons, and this makes your life so much easier. So I highly suggest grabbing one of these. They're very, very helpful. So I went ahead and blew up most of our balloons here because nobody wanted to listen to a 35-minute, 45-minute hour class of me blowing up balloons on the air pump. So I went ahead and blew them up. And I normally do it when I build them. I usually start with the larger ones and move our way down. But for this, I just went ahead and blew up everything. And then I kept our little baby one separate because I don't put those on until the very end. So like I said, I start here and I hang this up. So one of the things that you're going to want to see here as far as when you're putting these in is these have little holes in them. There's little pieces of plastic that come out so you can see the little hole, and you just thread it through. So that's how they stay. We've had a lot of questions about this. Easy peasy, that's how they stay. So that's That's one step. So as far as blowing them up on the pump, these pumps are really easy. Like I said, you can blow it up by mouth, not recommended. It's going to be loud, I apologize. But you just like push it. And you have your balloon. One thing to remember, and we get a lot of questions about this online and on our ratings, is yes, these balloons will pop very easily if you overinflate them. The packaging states on here about how big they're supposed to be. This one is supposed to be about 12 inches. If you try and make it bigger, it will pop and they will not stay. One of the things that I've kind of learned is that when you blow up a balloon, if you have this like weird little bulge down here, it's too big. You want your balloon to be more like this. So let's compare it out. You want it to be more like this. You don't want that bulge. And
so Sarah, your audio is cutting out after each time you use the balloon pump. So if you can just repeat what the tip that you just gave again, please.
Sure. If you overinflate the balloon, it will pop. They will not stay. So if you have that bulge that comes out really long on the end, you've overinflated your balloon. You want your balloon to be more round and not elongated on the end. You don't want that weird bump out. So just keep that in mind. I know you want your garland to be like super full and pretty, but it doesn't do you any good if you keep losing balloons because you're overinflating them. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to show you how to use this handy dandy little tool. This comes in all of our balloon garland kits, and it will save your fingers, I promise. I have done upwards of 10 or 12 of these in a day for photo shoots. And I kid you not, you will bruise your fingers. So what you want to do is you just slide it on and you wear it kind of like a double ring, and you want the cup to be on top and there's a little split here. So you see that? You want it to open on the top. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your tab here, you're going to circle it around like that, and then you're going to flip it underneath and tie as such. And then this just slides out. And ta-da, you've got a balloon. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to blow up another balloon, and I'm going to show you that again because I know it can be tricky. Okay, I'm going to go back to what I was saying before. If this is bumped out really far, it's overinflated. So let it go some, let it like oval round out, and then again to tie it. You're going to do like this. You're going to circle it over. You're going to slide it underneath and pull, and then that just pops out. And that's how that works. This will save you, I promise. Use it. It may slow you down a little bit, but it'll help your fingers in the long run. So once you have all of your balloons inflated, you can start building your arch. So what I normally do is I start with the large balloons and I space them out evenly across the garland. So what I'll do is I'll just start over here, and I think I have 6 of these like really big guys. So I'll just take them and kind of like spread them out evenly. The good thing is like with these big balloons, once you hang it, if you kind of need to shift things around a little bit, you can, because these pop right back out pretty easily if you need them to. So you're not like stuck with this, but it kind of just gives you a good place to start. And my garland's falling down.
Sarah, what is the name of that blue device called again? Can you buy it separately or does it come with the kit?
No, you cannot buy it separately. It comes with the kit, and it's just called hand tool. That's really specific, but it's just a little hand tool that comes in the package with all of our balloon garlands. I think you can buy them other places individually, but I'm not sure. We wanted to make sure that with every garland that we sold that our customers had access to it. So this comes in every set. So yeah, you just keep building and keep going with your large balloons. Some sets, you're going to have multi-colors of the larger balloons, and some sets you're only going to have one color.
Can you show how you're attaching it to the brass?
Yeah. So if you look really closely, there's little bitty like star holes in here. I'm trying to put it against my black shirt so you can see it. But there's little bitty star holes. Sometimes they're not completely punched out, but they punch out pretty easily. Makes a mess all over your floor. Get your vacuum cleaner ready. And then you just take the nub, like the tie, and you just pull it through. And it stays. You guys got that, or do you want me to show you again? Let me know.
They're asking what's the spacing between stars. Yes, again, please.
Sure, let's go down here to where there's open space. I will be really honest and tell you that there is no specific spacing between the stars. I just try and space it out, not perfectly even, because you don't want it to be like too symmetrical, but pretty even. And my garland is not wanting to stay up. So one of the things is that to keep in mind is that our garlands, these garlands are made to be about 10 feet long. So they'll be pretty nice and full at 10 feet long, but you don't have to make it 10 feet long. You can make it shorter, or if you want a thinner garland, based on what space you're putting it in, you can make it longer. The strips have lots of extra on the end of them, so you kind of have some freedom there as to how long you want to make it. I've measured this out, it's about 10 feet, and I just space them evenly. As you can tell, it's not perfect. I'm not counting, because really these are your base, and if you look at my floor, we have a lot more balloons to go, so you're gonna fill them in. So then, from there, you just keep going and you fill in. I try not to put too many colors that are exactly the same right next to each other. This one is different, it's pink, they're all pink, everything in here is pink. But I'll try and not put two of the same exact shade of pink together. And I'll just space them out. I would like to tell you that there's a formula, but there's not. I kind of eyeball it and see where I think the next color needs to go. When we first started building these, we honestly did try and say, okay, let's do it every 3 spaces or every 6 spaces. And honestly, it just did not look, it didn't look good, it didn't look organic. So we just started winging it. And at this point, I think I've probably built 40 or 50 of these all together for photo shoots and different things. So while I'm no expert and I don't do this on a daily basis, I have kind of found like what really works for us. I don't suggest trying to build these if you have small children at home. It creates a lot of excitement and a lot of busted balloons. Like I said earlier, I have two girls, ages 2 and 11, and we pretty much get balloon garlands every birthday now. They're a little bit spoiled. But they're fun. It creates a lot of festiveness, especially this past year with COVID and having so many, no birthday parties, everybody's at home. It's, kind of helped add some festivities to like what would have otherwise been a very boring birthday party. I would love to know what you guys are building your arches for. You can tell us in the comments.
People are asking, do you alternate between putting the balloons on the top and the bottom of the strings?
I kind of go left and right, but I really just kind of look to see where there's an open space. Because once you actually pick this up and hang it, everything is going to shift slightly anyway, which is why it's not imperative that you make it perfect, because you are more than likely going to want to make some adjustments once you get it hung anyway, because no matter how hard I try, I'm going to get it up there, and there's going to be like a cluster of one color that's going to make me mad that I'm going to want to separate out. So really, I kind of just go back and forth. Like for instance, I have a medium pink, a dark pink, a medium pink, and a medium pink. I don't have a light pink, so I'm just going to stick a light pink right here in this open space to try and fill that void. And that's kind of what I do. I just go back and forth, seeing where does this next color need to go in the grand scheme of it. Sorry, I've lost my balloons. They're running away. Can you
you put two balloons in one space to make it fuller?
No, you cannot. It will make it fall out. But honestly, it's going to look a lot fuller than you think it's going to once you get it built. So if you really want it to be super compact, you can do that. You can just make it shorter than the recommended 10 feet. The only problem with that is it makes it a lot harder to hang it. So it's really going to depend on where you're wanting to put it. If you're hanging it up against the wall, you're going to have to keep in mind that that's going to push all of your balloons forward. So it's automatically going to look more full than it does right here.
So how did you attach the garland to the chair?
Painter's tape. And it's not working very well. I wanted to use duct tape, but I also didn't want to pull the paint off my chairs. When we
have some, oh, go ahead.
When we shoot these at the photo studio, we use like industrial clamps to clamp them to the chairs, but I don't have that at home, so. One other thing that I will suggest is like, we have these really beautiful chrome balloons. You'll notice I haven't put any of those in there. That's because these specialty, whether it be chrome or confetti or marble, you want to make sure that you can see those better than anything else. So I tend to put those on last to make sure they don't get lost. And sometimes I'll even wait on a couple of these until I get it hung up to make sure that we can highlight like the specialty balloons. So that's why you'll notice I haven't put any of those on there yet. I've just been putting your regular old latex balloons in there and going with those first.
And Sarah, we have some answers for why they're building these arches. There's a baby shower, twins' first birthday, game nights, and different family milestones and celebrations.
Exciting. I built one of these. I built our rainbow one that we sell in stores. I built it for my daughter's first birthday. She was our little rainbow baby, and I celebrated her as such. And then I did this pink one last year for my daughter's 10th birthday. She absolutely loved it. One of the fun things about it is that I built it and I hung it outside of her bedroom door so that when she woke up in the morning, it was a surprise. But then I actually took it down and I hung it up outside of our front door of the house because we did one of those drive-by birthday parties. So I was able to take it down and move it and use it in a second location. I lost a couple balloons in the process. That's to be expected, especially when I was hanging it on the brick outside. But it is something that you can keep in mind. We've actually taken these from photo shoots and given them, and let people use them. And, a day later, 2 days later, 3 days later, these will last pretty well for a couple days if you don't overinflate them. If you overinflate them, they will start to pop a lot faster. Okay, so I've got, I think, all of our solid balloons on here. Right, Stephanie? Yes.
Looks like it, yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to start putting in our chrome balloons, and I'm just going to find I'm going to pull a Bob Ross, and I'm finding them happy little homes, and just kind of threading them in where there's a hole. They do get a little bit harder to put onto the garland the tighter they get. So those of you that were asking, can you put two in one hole? Honestly, it's going to be really difficult to start because it starts getting crowded real estate down there. You're definitely not going to have a balloon in every single spot. You are going to have open places. And there's been times where once I've got it hung up, I felt like it wasn't it wasn't as full as I wanted it to be. So frankly, I just took balloons off the end and rerouted them to the middle to fill in spaces. That's the great thing about this part of it is at this stage, they're very easy to move and to manipulate and to rearrange to get things where you want it. I apologize for this tight little space. Like I said, this is my dining room. So we're working through, just working with the space that we have here.
So is the garland strand, is it a one-time use or can you reuse it?
I mean, you could totally reuse it again. I've never done that, but I can't see why you wouldn't. It would be a little bit of a pain to have to go through and take all the balloons out. But it could totally be done.
And do we sell that? Do we sell those separate or just in the kit?
We do not sell these separately, but that is something that we've considered, is selling the tool and the garland separately for customers to make their own. So I can definitely pass that on to our merchant team as a suggestion. I will tell you that you can purchase these garlands, but just the strips by themselves in other places, because I've done it before. So it is out there if you look. Okay, so we're pretty much done now. As you can see, all of the balloons are on here. I can already see that I have some spaces where the colors aren't distributed very evenly, but at this point, I'm not going to stress about it until I get it up on the wall and kind of see where things fall once it shifts. I'm a short person, I'm going to have to use a chair.
Switch the camera.
So one of the things that I'll tell you that I use to hang these with is I use command hooks a lot. So I have these little guys that I use, and this is what I use to hang them up. So I'll put these, I kind of strategically put them on the wall where I think I'm going to need them just based on how I've done it before. You can't see it, but up above my arch right there, I've got 5 little command adhesive hooks already hung up in preparation for this, kind of spaced out evenly. And then what you're going to do from there is use your monofilament, and I just tie it around the garland, and I kind of position it how I need it. So what I normally do is I'll start and I'll find the middle of my garland. So I'm going to say the middle of my garland is about right here. Does that look good? Does that look right?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Okay. If I fell off this chair, y'all are not allowed to laugh at all. So what I'm going to do is you can't see it, but I've got my string here, my monofilament. I just wrap it around the plastic part of the garland. And then I just tie like a loop, like a double knot, so that way there's a space. You're not easily going to be able to hang the garland directly onto anything on the wall. The balloons just kind of make that really difficult. So this is a learning that we found after building a good amount of these, is if you use like fishing line, monofilament, something along those lines, it helps. All right, so then that's hooked up there. So that's hooked to the wall. And then I'll just keep going. This, couple things to note, you can build them like this where I've got all the colors evenly dispersed. You could do kind of a monochromatic set where you do, or an ombre where you do, dark to light or light to dark. Like I said, I've done the rainbow one before, and I did that in actual, the Roy G. Biv, I did it in rainbow order, and that turned out really pretty. And you can get really creative with them. So I'm going to try and get up here. You're going to have garland strip left on the end. Leave that until you're completely done. Like don't cut it off until you've got it completely hung. And so I'm going to take just another section over here, move it through. These are not fancy. The great thing about using monofilament compared to like a baker's twine or a ribbon is that for the most part, you can't see it. Now I that part up. It doesn't look like I'm going to need to use all 5 of the command hooks that I put up, but I have found that it is easier to go ahead and have them up there and not need them than to try and work around the balloon arch later. So just a word of caution, like everything else. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, so what do you guys think? It turned out pretty good. I think I did a decent job of keeping the colors somewhat separated. I will say right off the bat that this bothers me because my really beautiful chrome balloon is hidden. So you can rotate it. You can just pull it around, kind of rotate it. I think actually that turned out pretty good. What do you guys think?
It does look really good. Beautiful and nice are some of the comments. And also that we had a question for you. Where else have you hung a garland besides a door, a window, or a wall?
Okay. I actually, you know what? You're ahead of the game. I have a couple of other garlands that I've built around the house that I'm going to show you guys in just a second. So just hang in there with me and be patient, and we will go through that.
That is great. We're getting more feedback. Great looking, love it, pretty, looks great, awesome, nice.
Yay! Okay, so we have the baby balloons. Like I said, these come with little bitty balloons, and they don't hang those on the garland. Number one, they get lost, they're too small. But this is where your adhesive sticky dots come in. Each set comes with these. I kid you not when I tell you that these are super sticky, and if you accidentally get it on a balloon, it does not easily come off. But what you can do with these is you stick your little adhesive dots to it, and then you can go in and fill in what we call the holes. So for instance, there's a lot of like light pink right here. So I can just pop right there a dark pink to kind of like even out the color and fill in a hole. And you can do it to multiple, but when you connect that little sticky dot and that balloon to the other balloon, you are committed. There is no moving back. Like that balloon is there, it's not going anywhere. You better like where you put it. Because if you try and pull it off, you're gonna lose at least one or two balloons. So then, like for instance here, I have a lot of pink and no chrome. And that's what we call these metallic looking balloons or chrome. So I'm just gonna go in and like pop that in there. And I'm gonna have to do another one. So that way you're adding in that color around. So you can stick it to more than one balloon. So that's how you do that. You go in and like nobody wants to see the nub, right? Nobody wants to see the nub of the balloon in the garland. You want it to be really pretty. You want it to be full. So that's what these little suckers are for. They're like great because you can go in and just like basically hide your mistakes or areas that you're not exactly happy with. Well, kind of do the same. And then once you know that you're pretty happy with it, then you can go back in and you can cut off this extra garland so nobody sees it. Sometimes when I get them hung up, they're not like as even as I would like them, so I end up shifting balloons. But I'm pretty happy with this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and snip this off. So I'm not gonna like take you through putting in all of these balloons, but as you can tell, these sets come with quite a lot. I've got 2 buckets of these. So you have a lot to play with, and you can go in and make it as full as you want it. You can shift things around. You want to make sure that you can see your big balloons. You want to make sure you can see your chrome balloons. You really just want to make sure that you're getting credit for all of those balloons that you blew up and that it's nice and full and it turns out the way that you want it. As you can see, it does look a lot fuller once you hang it, like I said, than it did when it was out straight. And that's because there's balloons behind it, or the wall is behind it, and that's kind of helping make it look more full. Okay, sorry, you can see that balloon in there, the nubs, and that bothers me. So one of the things is I know I told you about overinflating. These little bitty ones, people tend to overinflate them too. They're supposed to be small. They're supposed to just be little accents, and you have to remember that. One of the big things is the chrome balloons, they pop a lot easier than the regular latex. So you want to make sure that you definitely don't overinflate those. So this is a basic arch. So one of the things that you can do that I like to do is we sell Mylar balloons, we sell balloon bouquets, all kinds of like great things that you can do to like build on your arch. For instance, we have this new guy, which is a rose. It's a pink rose. And I thought that he would be a spectacular accent to add to this. So I don't know if you've ever blown up a Mylar balloon. We're not going to do this with helium, but you can, like they do, the Mylar balloons come with these little straws, so you can inflate it, maybe. Let's see. I can get it in
If you
there.
wanted to get a bigger arch, how would you attach 2 sets?
You could do that easily. Like literally, you could just probably just tie the 2 pieces of plastic together. A lot of the ones that you'll notice that when we do them for the photo shoot, like I built this arch right here, it's the same arch. We do them more as a drape. We don't do as a true arch when we do the photo shoot because we're trying to show you a different setting. But these are a lot harder to hang because you gotta, like, it's very strategic on how you hang them. And I like my window, so that's why I do it over the window. I think it looks good there. But you can literally just tie, I mean, this is really thin plastic. You could tie 2 of them together in a knot and do it. And like I said, this is one that I had left over from one side. This is another 5 feet. It's as tall as I am. So yeah, 5 feet. So you could really go a lot longer than that. The problem is though, you're gonna need more balloons or it's gonna look super thin and it's gonna look kind of sickly. Give me a second, I'm gonna blow this balloon up. Of course, I chose a really big one. That was not smart. We lost a baby balloon. All right, so we have a little rosebud. I think that this particular pink one can be used for a lot of things. I told you I used it for my daughter's 10th birthday, but this would also be great for like a bridal shower or a teenage girl's party or just any girl like brunch, spring, whatever, you know, whatever you're celebrating. This would be a great addition. You could easily just use your sticky tabs and add this in here. Like all you gotta do is stick it to it. You can hang it. If you do it with helium, then obviously you can use it as like what we call a bouquet, and you can have it float underneath it. I've done that before where I've done bouquets on either side of the arch just to try and make it look even more full. I'm gonna see if I can hang this up here without it falling.
Can you tell us why you had to blow that one up and couldn't use the electric pump?
Could, but I lost my attachment for foil balloons, and so I don't have that because I lost it. The pump works great for the big balloons. It has like an additional a little attachment that you screw into it for Mylar balloons and for the tiny balloons, and I lost mine. I think that's kind of what happens when you do lots of balloons around 2 small children. No telling, it's probably here somewhere, but you totally could do it without a pump. Guys. Yeah, can you hand me a couple more stickers? Your hands get really, really dirty when you blow up a lot of balloons, surprisingly. And so that kind of makes it harder for the things to stick.
Will the Mylar balloons attach to the garland strip also, or no?
No, they will not. What you could do is some of our Mylar balloons come with holes where you could use the monofilament and string it up that way. Or you could, the tab on the end is just too big. So if you look at the tab here, like you might could tie it through as a knot, but I've never had a lot of success with it sticking that way. A lot of the times we can use like birds and stuff, and you can hang those up like underneath it which has, we've seen a lot of customers do. You just want to be careful when you're using it, like I said, with the sticky, you don't want it to pop. So for instance, you could get several, I'm sorry for the glare, but you could get several of the foil balloons and interdisperse them to like totally personalize and do whatever you want. We also have, for some of the colors, we have what we call the balloon bouquets, which are just additional balloons. And this has a confetti, it has the chrome, and it has the 2 pink. And you can add those in if you want another section of color, or just to add a little bit more flavor. One of the things that we do have as well, like I said, we have the words. So you can take that, blow it up, hang it underneath it. That's what I've done before with the happy birthday. And then baby, this would be really cute for a little girl baby shower. And there's just lots of ways that you can personalize these. If you wanted additional color, if you felt like, hey, I want one more version of pink, you can go get a pack of just pink balloons and add it to kind of like build on your color scheme here. If you're trying to match something specific, you can always go get more balloons and add to it. That's totally not a problem. So we have a couple of other arches, like I said, that we were going to show you. Give me just a second. My counterpart here is going to grab our other camera and help us move. Lindsay, can you switch over to the iPad, please? Okay, perfect. Okay, so like I said, we have a couple more balloon garlands. I just want y'all to know, this is my house, no judgment. Like, I tried to clean it up. Don't be mean, okay? So this is a blue balloon garland that I built earlier today. And it works perfect for your baby shower parties, your birthday parties for your little boys. This is a foil balloon that we sell. We sell the numbers. They are sold separately. They do not come in this set. This is the blue balloon bouquet, sort of like the pink one that I just showed you. And so this, and I glue these up with helium. And this is what I was talking about when you do a balloon bouquet. You can add to it. You can make your garland look bigger. You can add to it and personalize it. You can also get letters and like spell out a name. So this is the blue one. I hung it up off of the ceiling and off the side. My husband helped me. I'm too short for this. But this kind of shows you more of like adding in all of those small balloons, how full it really will look. One of the other things that you could do, we sell these separately. These are marbleized balloons. If you wanted to add these into it, you could. It just, you know, make your own, personalize it, whatever you want to do. And it kind of makes it, you can build on it and make it fun. One of the girls, actually the lady who developed this program for us, she did a baby shark party for her son and did this, and that's where I got the idea. And I think it's super cute. It's completely on trend. Kids love it right now, and it just adds so much fun to it. Another one that we did in here in my living room is I built this one today for like a bridal party. You could do lots of different things with this. We sell the bride balloon, we sell the champagne balloon, the champagne bottle I did with helium, the bride bag blew up myself. And this I just hung on my fireplace mantle. I have command adhesive hooks I have on my fireplace mantle for garlands and stuff for different seasons, so I just repurposed those. But one of the things that you could do is, for instance, we have these like separately, you could get your gold balloons, and you could go in, if you didn't want silver, just silver and white, you could go in and you could add in gold balloons to match a champagne bottle or whatever you want to do. This has been really popular for weddings and bridal parties, but we've also seen it be very popular for graduation, where people go in and either add gold or they add in their school colors and do it like that. So we have lots and lots of different options that you can do. I can't tell you how excited my kids are to have all these balloons in the house today. Any questions? Anybody have any ideas that they want to share, or any thoughts or any tips that you guys have learned doing balloon garlands that you think maybe I could benefit from?
Are the command hooks easy to take on, put on and off?
Yes, you just follow the instructions to make sure you don't like tear your paint or your furniture. I have command hooks up there on my mirror, I have them on my fireplace, I have them on the wall, and I've never really had any major issues with them as far as tearing or ripping paint. A lot of these, but I can literally make one of these now in about 20, 30 minutes easily. So if you've never made one before, I would say give yourself an hour and a half. But the more you do, the easier they become.
There was one question asking if you can make them the night before.
You can make them the night before, yes. Totally done that. I would just make sure, again, do not overinflate, because if you overinflate them, the longer they sit, the more likely that the chrome ones and stuff are to pop. This will probably last at least a day or two up, as long as it's inside and you're taking good care of it and you're not moving it too much. I've on many occasions have built them the night before. If you're doing anything with helium, I do not recommend you do those the night before, because the helium will be more likely to fall overnight. So anything that you're blowing up with just plain air, definitely you can do ahead of time.
And can you show the command strips up close that you use?
Sure. These are, which camera am I at? Okay.
The iPad, I think.
Sorry, I'm doing. Oh, I found you guys. She's here. Sorry, we got like multiple cameras. Where are you at? Okay, these are the ones that we're using. They're a little bitty. I like them because they're clear, so they're not easy to see. We sell them at Michael's. They're back in the framing department. I think it was like $6.49 for like 20 of them or 12 of something like that. They weren't expensive at all. And then of course you can reuse these later and just get more adhesive. So I keep these and I just buy extra adhesives and keep going, keep using them for future projects. But there's lots of different things that you can do, guys. We have, like I said, this is the white one that's over my mantle that I just showed you with the bride. But I used this garland with stars and did it for my daughter's second birthday, which was a star and constellation theme. Super cute. I put some silver streamers behind it. I did the stars. I had them falling out of the garland. And I kind of like went very sparse on the chrome one. So it kind of looked like stars falling out of clouds. Absolutely adorable. She loved it. You can do like a congrats. We have congrats as well. You can add that in there. There are so many things that you can do to layer onto these garlands to personalize them. All right, I'm seeing Edwin. If you're setting this balloon arch at a restaurant and cannot use command strips for the garland, is there an alternative you would suggest? Honestly, Edwin, I apologize. I can't think of anything else. If they have something that you can hang it from, even if it's like anything that you can hang the monofilament from, that would be my suggestion. We've had people question us, ask us this question before. It's like, if you're at an event center or somewhere where they won't let you hang anything, how can you do it? One of the things that we have seen used is that people will use like the poles for like backgrounds and different things like that to hang it up between those. But most people don't have those poles on hand, so that's not like an easy, viable option for most people. But that's the only thing I can recommend. Basically, like I have used thumbtacks before, but if they're not going to let you use command adhesives, they're definitely not going to let you use thumbtacks on their walls. Can you use these to make freestanding columns? No, they will not stand up by themselves. You're going to have something that will hold them, because the strip is just thin plastic. It's not going to have any ability to stand up. You could do it hanging from something as a column, but nothing freestanding. Somebody suggested PVC pipes, $1.50 at Home Depot. Absolutely. My daughter's elementary school, they build a garland every single year for their color run, and they have like 2 Home Depot buckets with cement in it, and they have the PVC that they have curved that goes from one side to the other. Works great, but most people aren't going to want to go through all of that either. But that is a good option.
Someone asked, what about adding lights? Would you suggest adding lights, twinkle lights?
I think you could probably add twinkle lights and it won't be a problem. You just want to make sure that they're not anything that gets hot, because then your balloons are going to start popping. I'm glad we were able to give you a good solution there, Edwin. Atari's balloons. I didn't get to see them. So guys, yeah, make sure that you're sharing all of this on social media. You can post your pictures on Facebook. You can hashtag it, make it with Michaels, or what's the other one, Lauren? I'm sorry. Lindsay?
Hashtag Michael's classes and hashtag make it with Michaels.
Yes, thank you. Hashtag make it with Michaels and hashtag Michael's classes. You can definitely go in and post. We'd love to see your pictures. We'd love to see what you guys are doing. You would be so surprised to know how much of our inspiration on product. Like I said, I work in product development at Michaels. I work for the kids department and for the Celebrated. And we look at your guys' stuff for inspiration to see what is it that we need to be doing next. What are you guys wanting that we don't have? What products are you using that we don't offer you that we can like make your experience in Michael's better? So the more that you share online and tag us in, the better that we can give you products later on and more inspiration. So we thrive off of what you guys do, and you have no idea how much we appreciate it when you post your projects and let us know what you're doing with our products.
We have a question if you have another class coming up.
I do not. I mean, I could. Do you guys want to do it again?
We need to get that scheduled.
What else do we have? What are the strips being used to hang the arch onto command strips? So I don't know if you, these are the strips that come with the garland kits. I'm not sure how long they are. They're pretty long. It's 15 foot. So while the garlands are made to mostly be like 10 feet, the strips are 15 feet. So you have extra space on either end. So this is what you hang your balloons on. And then to get this hung onto the command strips, I just use a monofilament. So I just cut off a piece, I wrap it around however long I need it, tie it off in a knot, and then that's what I hang onto the command hook. So I don't know if that gives you guys a better visual of what I was doing up there, but I just literally wrap it around and it just kind of holds it up, and then I tie this off into a double knot.
Someone asked earlier what can you explain what?
Oh yeah, monofilament is just like clear wire. So this I got from our bead department, our jewelry department. You can use fishing line. I've used a lot of fishing line. But this is, you just want it to, you don't want it to be stretchy. You want it to be like, you don't want the stretchy beading wire. You want monofilament so that way there's no give, because otherwise the weight is going to pull. So you just want something I use it because it's clear. You can use baker's twine, you can use ribbon, you can really use any type of string that you want. I just like this because it's clear and it helps hide, what you're doing. It kind of adds to the magic. I saw online, put a piece of curling ribbon on the wall with tape and wrap the balloon around. The balloons will stay on the wall. Really neat trick. Oh, thank you, Monica. I have not heard of that. I will have to try it. So if I do another class, guys, what do you guys want to see? Like, do you want an ombre balloon arch? Like, what do you want me to do? Marlene, make sure you post your confetti balloons. I want to see it. I unfortunately, being on camera, I don't get to see what you guys are posting very well. So I'm going to ask that y'all go on and build it. Halloween arch. Okay, we actually do sell arches for almost every season. We had one for red, white, and blue. We had one for Halloween last year. We did Christmas ones last year. I'm in the process right now of doing photo shoots for our Easter and spring for 2022. Ombre and confetti. Do a class every Tuesday. Oh, Vanessa, I wish. This is just like an add-on to what I normally do. If I did a class every Tuesday, they have to hire a replacement. Lindsay, you guys are going to have to hire me permanently on the classroom team. Yes. How can you put confetti inside of a balloon? You can. It's very difficult, but we actually sell balloons that have confetti in them. So, for instance, if you see like this blue one, it has confetti in it. And most of our balloon bouquets do have a confetti balloon. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys though and tell you, They are difficult. The white and silver balloon arch that we have, it has confetti in it. You can't see it because you have to have static electricity to get the confetti to stick to the sides of the balloon. Otherwise, it just falls in the bottom of the balloon. And despite my best efforts, I cannot conjure up any static electricity today. I tried my carpet, I tried my hair, it did not work. There are kits to where you can put confetti inside balloons that I've seen out in the market before. We don't sell them, but honestly, it's just a lot easier. I will tell you though, when you go to take down your balloon arch, you want to very, very carefully snip the edge of that balloon, because if it pops, you better get your vacuum cleaner out. I speak from experience. We actually did, for my gender reveal at work almost 3 years ago for my baby, we did a confetti balloon that was black that had the color in it to announce to all my team members what I was having. And it was aggressive. Like I thought we were going to take some eyes out with some of the confetti flying out of that balloon. What are the prices for these kits at Michael's? Of course. So these kits that we have are $29.99. If you actually get out into stores like right now today, we have a lot of kits that are on clearance because we are changing out colors and moving seasons. So if you go to Michael's today, it's very likely that you could get some of, not these kits, but different versions of these kits on clearance. Normally they're $29.99. We just actually moved these into where they're some of these colors that I built today, the blue, the silver, and the pink, where they're going to be in stores all year round. So you could go check those out in the party aisle now at Michael's, and they're $29.99 for US, $39.99 for Canada. And it's a great value. I know some people have said, you know, oh, that's kind of high, but if you go out there and you price all the balloon sets separately, you're going to end up spending a lot more money to build one than you would on these kits. We were really conscientious of how we built these kits to make sure that these were a great deal as far as value for the customer, because we priced these like building them separately, and we were shocked at how much it would cost to build one of these on your own if you bought all the components individually. So $29.99 in stores. And yes, our team member just posted a link to some of our online ones. 99-cent stores also have balloon arches for $14.99. Completely possible. You know, not sure what they do or how they get those prices, or, you know, a lot goes into building good quality balloon arches. So if they have it at $14.99, more power to them. I need one more class. I'm so slow. You know, the good news is this class is actually going to be online, so you can go back and reference it if you have any questions or tips, or you have any questions on it, and go back and look at the tips. You could totally go back and rewatch this at any time. Yes, Mrs. Marie, Michael's clearance, $8.99. There's a ton of them out there. We also did for spring and summer, we did a balloon wall that was like 4x6 with a mesh backing. I will tell you that was intense to build. Set yourself up for a couple hours, but a lot of stores have those on clearance right now too. So if you're up for a challenge, you want to do something different, totally suggest that. Give yourself a couple hours though. It was a beast to build. So glad that you're loving the classes, Rochelle. We appreciate you coming. Does anybody else have any more questions? We're almost at like the hour mark. I don't mind answering questions. So much more fun than answering emails. Thank you, Edwin. We have Stephanie here too. She's been the brains behind the camera back here. I don't think that we're going to be stopping online classes anytime soon. It's just such a great way of reaching out to our customers that can't get into our stores, especially those that don't have a Michael's close by. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you all enjoyed it. I'll be honest with you. This is my first class. I was nervous. I was scared. Letting all of you wonderful Michael's people into my home, and you know that's kind of scary. So I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm used to being, you know, answering emails and doing timelines and packaging. So this has been a lot of fun. Thanks, Felicia. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Don't forget to reach out if y'all have any questions, social media can help you. Post your pictures, please. I didn't get to see anybody's pictures because I'm too busy looking at my own face. So please post your pictures. I want to go out and see them today. Thanks, everyone. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up, Lindsay. Are we good?
We're good.
All right, thanks, everyone. You'll have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to tag Michaels, hashtag Make It With Michaels, and hashtag Michaels Classes. Y'all have a great day.